rest, recuperate, get ready for tomorrow. Tonight should be easy work.
Good luck out there, MP.
MP said he woke up today ready to slay some dragons.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
anthem performed by the talented Skylar Cole. And with that, we'll be right back in just a moment. It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. With Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. And as always, the mid part of the NBA season, quite a grueling part of the schedule. Right now, let's check out how the standings are shaping up in the East. Look at the Hornets. Right now, they've been able to gather the 8th best record in the conference as the latter part of the season approaches. And, of course, the Bulls. Right now, quite a ways down below.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they've been shockingly ineffective this season. I don't know if anyone thought they'd have this much of a struggle, but the chemistry's been horrible.
You hit it on the head. And they have a bunch of individual pieces that simply don't fit together. And it's led to a hugely disappointing season.
A look at the Bulls starting lineup. The guard set is Giddey and White. Kevin Huerter is out there with Buzelis. And it's Tiny in at the 5 spot. And for the Hornets, The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Mitchell Robinson. And it's Green in at the 3, the small forward. And the Bulls start out with the ball. Pass to Buzelis. Down low. Here's Tiny. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Green against Herter. To the middle. That's tipped. Here's Tiny. And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Giddy with it. Bridges covering. Bulls moving the ball around. Here's White. Pass to Herter. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Now, here's Ball. He had 25 points last game. Miller outside, and out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And here are the Bulls now. Pass to Buzelis. To the inside. Here's Tiny. The Hornets pull it in. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. Shams, we know you grew up in Chicago. I'm assuming you grew up a Bulls fan. Who didn't? And you had to have a favorite player growing up with those terrific teams.
I was a big-time fan of hoops in general. Definitely someone for me was Kobe Bryant. That someone wasn't a Bulls player. We almost got him one year, but that was someone I grew up watching. Kevin, did you have a favorite team or player growing up?
Well, I love Kobe. I called every season of LeBron and every season of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant actually did stuff for 2K. As you know, not too long ago, before his passing, he sat down for a couple hours. But I hate to rank them because Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron are all right there at the very, very top. Hard to beat Jordan, right?
Very hard to beat Jordan. Obviously, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Kobe, for me, watching growing up, that was the closest thing that I had.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
Boy, Mitchell Robinson, to me, a big that any team could make excellent use of because his combination of length, his impressive motor, the hustle he shows. To me, this guy just needs to stay healthy, and he can be a force.
He's off on the second. For Chicago, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Buzelis' shot is good.
Wow, they finally get it to go down on their 4th try.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And sometimes you can make a few plays here and there, but never get into a real rhythm. That's what happened to them in that game.
I'll tell you, that's a great way to put it because I thought they were all over the place. They never settled into any kind of rhythm.
Robinson, the slam dunk by Robinson.
What a presence Mitchell Robinson has given this team on the interior. He knows he can be a threat on the offensive glass.
Pass to Buzelis. So Shams, when the league brought in that 65-game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, and that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA team and different accolades.
Yes, well said.
Well, you get a sense of why people are so excited about the well-rounded game of Josh Giddey. Good from the mid-range there.
And he gets the bucket. Bulls got 5 points so far.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now here's Giddey. He's coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee.
And guys, remember, remarkable passing the ball as well. He racked up a number of good assists. Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
To the paint. And finished off by Robinson.
Guys, he's such a big target. On the alley-oop, throw it up. Mr. Robinson, the only one in the building who can catch it and finish.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And here we can check out the story for him.
And when it comes to his scoring, he's enjoying a fantastic run. He's brought his points per game average up thanks to the work he's done in the past 10, and maybe he's got another big one in store tonight.
Outside, White. Inside, Bulls moving the ball around. Pass to Tiny. Bridges with the board.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Charlotte leading by 7. On the wing, Green. He's defended by Herter. Green with a screen on Giddey. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing, covering the NBA. But listen, I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently on.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
Outside, Robinson. Yep, that one goes. And that's now 6 points for Robinson.
All right, defensively now, you've got to find a way to slow this guy down because he's putting it to you.
To the inside. Here's Tiny. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Robinson.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Bulls trail by 8. Buzelis with the ball. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Buzelis showing a little bit of everything with that quick release.
Now, here's ball. Robinson. Buzelis grabs the board.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
White the pass to Tiny. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Charlotte leading by 3. Now, man, he has yet to score. Ball with the bucket.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Pass to Herter. Down low. The shot by Tiny, no good.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as it can have, you're right. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Ball. High, arcing shot, and no good. And we saw some players banged up down the stretch. last season, Shams.
I'm told that there was a focus on maybe allowing some more flexibility in physicality. It definitely upped the intensity some, and I think that's what the fans want. But there are going to be some trade-offs, and that includes free throw rates, that includes game time, and in the long haul, adding some more physicality and adding some more attention to detail defensively and allowing defenders to play more and defend more. That should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good trends, I would agree. Now here's Giddey, following the miss by Miles Bridges.
Boy, if this becomes a consistent part of Josh Giddey's game, look out, because that three-point shot is going to make him so dangerous.
To the paint, and the dunk by Robinson.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Pass to Herter. Giddey the pass to Tiny. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Robinson's got 11 rebounds in the game.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Outside, White. Nailed from three-point land. White's got his third bucket of the night.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Green with a screen for Bridges. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Bridges has got his second bucket of the night.
This guy's put in so much work that the jumper is almost automatic. Go ahead, Miles Bridges. Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
And the Hornets making a change here. Smith has checked in. And a change for the Bulls. Collins checked in for Buzelis. Charlotte leading by 6. And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He is going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Some changes for Charlotte. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Mitchell Robinson. And it's Williams in for Josh Green. Then for the Bulls, Smith checked in for Tiny. Terry comes in for Kobe White. And Jones subbed in for Kevin Herter. And Charms, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. And so it's Charlotte with it. The Bulls getting their last shot to go. Out left to the wing. Nurkic against Collins. 6 to shoot. Double team on Nurkic. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Giddey finds Collins. Took him no time at all on that one. And now just a 2-point Hornets lead. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. On the wing, Williams. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Smith with some nice D. Now Chicago has gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Pass to Jones. Smith sets the pick for Jones. And it's all evened up.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Hornets shooting the ball at a 46% clip to start this game out. Man passes to Nurkic. In the corner, Smith with it. And the Hornets miss again.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
It's Giddey with the drive. So they take the lead. Giddey's got 9.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Nurkic. No good, unable to end this run. The Bulls shooting quite well in these early minutes, 55%. 1:07 left in the first quarter. Collins, a screen on Smith. Giddey, no one around him. Buries the long-range jumper. Now it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Nurkic, a screen on Giddey. Bridges misses.
Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Jones, no luck. And so here's Charlotte. Smith with it, and Terry picks him up defensively. Pass to Williams. Shoots from the baseline. Collins grabs the miss. The Bulls leading by 5. Here's Terry, and that comes off the assist by Giddey.
Well, you have got to be impressed with Josh Giddey's awareness of where his teammates are at all times.
And here is Bridges. He's coming off a 22-point game against Oklahoma City. There's the 3. A shot off that time. And so it's the Chicago Bulls heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be right back after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
Grant Williams is out there with Smith. Then it's Trey Mann. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Ball in at the point. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And with the new broadcasting deals, NBA salaries figuring Shams to skyrocket.
And we're not even just talking about the players, Kevin. It's the coaches. It's the front office executives. Everyone is seeing some massive, massive paydays. Every single year we're seeing the biggest contract in league history, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger in years to come.
Are you surprised at the size of some of these coaching deals? I mean, the numbers are amazing to me.
Coaching, these front office deals, it's getting higher and higher. And once Monty Williams signed the deal he did in 2023, that only elevated the market for coaches, and front office executives also are getting big paydays.
Now, here's Ball. Here's Nurkic. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Here's Jones. Hornets with the rebound. Here's Ball. He's got 13. Here's Mann. Good. Nice job down low.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Pass to Buzelis. Now Horton Tucker. Five on the clock. And he makes that one. And the Bulls lead by 3. The Hornets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Mann passes the ball. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you know how problematic LaMelo is for defenders. Always so willing to draw some contact.
The Hornets have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
And they've shot the ball well this season in terms of their attempts, 81%.
That's good from Ball. Well, expansion is coming, Shams. Is the league ready, in your estimation, for some more cities and new teams?
The NBA seems to be ready. I think I'm ready. Kevin, are you ready? Because the last expansion was, 20 years ago? That's the longest wait for this league since it began. And so I think Adam Silver and this league are going to take their time and really figure out exactly where they want to expand to. But the question is, Kevin, are you ready?
I am always ready. I know the league is looking even overseas or even maybe south of the border for a possible new entrant. But the league has got so much talent on the bottom half of these rosters. I definitely think it's time.
And there's a great appetite, great desire for a lot of these cities, not only in the States, but also abroad, like you said, to go bring in an NBA team to their city and bring some of the talent, the marquee names to their city.
Oh, it'll be terrific. Pass to Horton Tucker. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Charlotte trailer. Williams kicks to Ball. Hits it from three-point range. Ball's got 7 points for the quarter.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Collins finds Horton Tucker. Back to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York, getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
That trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful. And Chicago has possession following the missed shot by Nurkic.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
Outside, Ball. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Hornets lead by 2.
Forget about Nurkic not minding contact. This guy invites contact.
There's the drive. Here's Horton Tucker in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
And Buzelis gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Robinson's checked in for Charlotte. Miller comes in for Smith. Ball's checked in for the Bulls. There's a screen by Robinson. Here's Mann. Lays it up off the glass.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Nice game. Great performance so far by LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, I think they've got to be talking about just guarding him a little more tightly on the perimeter or keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible, period. That's about the only way you're going to cool this guy off.
So for the Bulls, Tiny comes in for Jalen Smith. And it's wide in for Jalen Horton-Tucker.
For Chicago, number 91, Kobe White.
Collins passes to White. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And the basket by Tiny.
And just running the offense. White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tiny in the last game against Milwaukee was outstanding. He scored 48 points, and his assertiveness drew a lot of attention from the defense. He drew a good amount of fouls. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Well, there's no doubt. He certainly looked like he was enjoying himself in that last game. He had his offense flowing.
Now, here's Ball. 20 points for him. Wants to get it to Robinson, and does.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Here's White. He's got 7. They set the pick. Ball, the pass to Jones. And the basket by Tiny. Tiny's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Miller outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Miller's got his first basket of the night.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Jones, no luck.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Stolen by Ball. And here comes White, leading the fast break, and White slams it in.
And you can argue this is White at his best, just an absolute terror in transition.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Charlotte Hornets. Williams kicks to Ball. Back to Williams. The tray. It's all in by the Bulls. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Well, the kind of low-energy effort they played with all night will make a coach absolutely crazy. You can't win if you don't play quality defense.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Some changes here for the Hornets. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for